Okay, so welcome conversation class. We're doing a few of these words today, not all of them, but I'm going to take you through all of them very quickly. Our lesson today is all about travelling and exploring the world. And here are some of the words that came up on Tuesday when we were looking at this story of the mother and daughter who went exploring. A resort is a popular tourist destination, usually a hotel and sort of very popular area. I just taught the advanced group that to resort, the last resort can also mean like when you've got no options, you know, like I'm a vegetarian, I was in Poland, and as a last resort I had to eat meat because there was no vegetables there on sale. For instance, just as an idea. To saunter means to wander, it means to have a walk around. It's usually quite gentle. It doesn't have to be very gentle. You can have a ramble and have quite a brisk walk as well. It's a lovely word. Daring means brave. Invalid. It's a word we don't use anymore. We say the word is not PC. It's not nice to say the word that anybody is an invalid. We usually say somebody has a disability these days, but this word came up. If something is heartening, it's very tender, it's very emotional. To frolic means to have fun, just to play without a care in the world. If you're thrilled, you're amazed and excited. Vertical, this way guys. Horizontal, this way. Absent is when you're just not here. And it can be used in a positive way. Like in my story, I was sitting absently on the lake. I wasn't really there, I was just in like a dream world. And you came up with so many great ideas, you know, on a cloud or, yeah, just so many great ideas. Another one for this one, absent, thoughtless was a really nice one. You've got no thoughts in your mind. To puncture is to make a hole. You know, you could puncture your bicycle tyre, for example. Thorns are sharp parts of the plant. Roses have very sharp thorns. Exceedingly is just another way of saying very. Over the last few weeks we've been looking at so many different ways of saying the word very. And here's another one. If you're enthusiastic, you're passionate, you're keen, you really want to do something. If something is dreadful, it's horrible. To confide means to tell your secrets. And to fret means to fuss. I didn't get the word fret in my story today, but I really like it. If you covet something, you envy it. It's one of the commandments, yeah? Don't covet your neighbour's wife. Don't envy your neighbour's wife. To survey means to observe, to look at something quite broadly, or sometimes to look at something quite deeply, just to look. If something is timeless, it's unchanging, it's endless, like, it's beautiful. What a beautiful word. Hoof prints are horse footprints. An interval is a period of time when you pause. It's like a break in when something is going. You have an interval, you just stop what you're doing. If something, I didn't get this word either. Abrupt. If something is abrupt, it's very sudden. If something stops abruptly, it stops all of a sudden. To be bred means be brought up, to be raised, and Paolo came up with this great example which I used today in my lesson, to be born and bred. It's a great example, it's a great expression. If something is sizable, it means large. That was an interesting one. If something is mystifying, it's strange. To tolerate, I think I've got some really good ones here, means to accept, to put up with, to bear. There were loads of good ones that came out today. To permit means to allow. Sticky moments mean difficult moments. And normally if you have a sticky moment, you normally resolve the problem in the end. Madcap means crazy. Anticlimax, well, an anticlimax is when you're expecting something amazing to happen at the end and it's like, okay, fair enough. And just out of pure curiosity, we did this word because we were having some problem pronouncing it. Paw, to pour a drink for yourself. A paw, an animal has a paw instead of a hand. And to pause is to stop. Pause, pause, pause. They're all pronounced exactly the same. There's the phonetics, and let's get on with our conversation.